everybody, happy Tuesday, good morning, good afternoon or good evening, and you're very welcome aboard. Today we're doing some flights in the MH-60 from Miltech Simulations and Blackbird Simulations. We're here at Clearwater, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Kilo Papa India Echo, and we're going to do some flights today. Checking out this amazing machine and in some Coast Guard operations. Yes, we have OnAir running, and we're going to see what sort of missions or jobs we can take on using a chopper, and this is going to be fun because it's a gorgeous helicopter, absolutely superb. The scenery we have for St. Petersburg, this is from Vertical Sim. And it's really nice because they've included the Coast Guard station here as well. So very fascinating stuff, you know, the old Coast Guard and what they do. They're ran from the Department of Homeland Security, and typically the MH-60 or the M60 typically has a crew of 4. That has your pilot, your co-pilot. It would have your flight engineer, who also operates as the winch operator, and then you have a swimmer. Yes, and the crew also double up as the maintenance for the aircraft. They use these choppers. They also use the AS365 Dauphin. They also use the C-130. And I was watching some documentaries last night, and I was like, Jay, they do all of that, right? You're talking assisting local law enforcement, search and rescue, air ambulance, you know, the anti-narcotics neck of the woods. They do a whole lot of work. And they have a couple of stations in Florida. They have Clearwater. They also have Miami. And then you go all the way up north, up to Kodiak in Alaska. Very different kettle of fish up there. You can imagine the weather and all this sort of jazz, mountain flying. Down in Florida, it's mainly the weather they need to look out for. You know, a lot of sea all the way around, you know, unidentified vessels, boats coming in. And they also check out airports or airfields that typically, you know, they could be privately owned or they'd be off the beaten track. And, you know, they'd get some reports of, look, an aircraft came in here, we don't know what the crack is. They'd go out and have an old wander, you see. So we're on live time and live weather. She sees everything, lads. We're on live time and live weather. We're also on the gadget. We're also on multiplayer. Yes, so we can all go flying together, you see. And yeah, this chopper, man, it's a lot of fun. And like it's when you get to kind of expand what we usually do, be it a free flight or otherwise. Once you kind of put meaning behind it, it does be a lot of fun as well. So I've been looking forward to this one. So anyway, how are we all keeping? Are we working or lurking? Or maybe you're on the DOS. Maybe it's nighttime. Do you know, weather reports in Tipperary, it's overcast. Bit windy still, but that's about the half of it. I look out my door into the living room out to the front. There's a clear line of sight, you see. Couldn't tell you who's at the door though. And I'm expecting a phone call at some stage. So if I disappear and go quiet for a few moments, I have to answer a call. But apart from that, lads, we're here to go flying. Do you know what I mean? Who's here? Look, Crafty Tigers, happy Tuesday. APU Inspector, a very good morning to you. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Malky Mac is here, welcome. Leaping Sumo, good to see you. How's she cutting, man? Bit of tunage here in the background. The Impossible Face, howdy doodle gang. Oakley Dokley, good to see you, man. Dylank is here. Adam B. Twitch, welcome aboard. Willie VR, good to see you, buddy. Good day or good evening to all. Indeed. But yes, Led Ballooner, good morning to you. Shunty McShuntface, good morning. Oz Nomad is here, good morning. The Limbics has rambled in, good morning. Hope all is well, Limbics. Good evening. What time is it there now? Is it 10 o'clock at night or something? Out your neck of the woods. Sergeant Beast, hope all is well. Soaring AJ. AJH man, hope you're well. Who else come in? Corn Wolf, top of the morning to you, Corn Wolf. Hope you're well. Let me see. Hello to everyone saying hello, says Adam. Right? Great way to... Greetings. Tima is here. Techno Bear VR, good morning. Das Stinger is here. Well, if it isn't that more fella... Top of the morning to you, buddy. Hope you're well. DK Funfly is here. Hope all is well. In a box, man. Welcome aboard, buddy. I've been enjoying the ad hoc missions from the FS Hub Air Economy. Or Air... What's it called? Air Economy it's called, yeah. Yeah, I've looked into a little bit. It's early days yet, but it's looking very promising, isn't it? Max Stallion, hope all is well. Malky just bought X's and O's for setting some stuff up. I've heard once you kind of go that neck of the woods, if you know, it can be X's and O's or it could be, what's the one I use? SPAD. You never need to worry about the Sims default stuff ever again. And they save the profiles locally. So like, genius, but you need to get your head around it. Do you know what I mean? I just wish something like Axis and O's or SPAD could just do, see these buttons, right, put them into other sims for me, please. X-Plane or DCS or whatever. You know what I mean? They need to work on that. It's colder than it's cold. It's a cold Olympics, Jesus. Mr. 90, hope all is well. Lead Ballooner says, I was distracted during the introduction. Is it 20 or 24? This is Flight Sim 24. That's what we're flying in this morning. And it's just loads of fun, right? Loads of fun. Who else is here over on YouTube? You're all very welcome in. Kubi Montana. Top of the morning. Hope you're well.
God,
Jesus.
Swing it, baby.
Buttons are being pressed early on. Graham Woodcock is here. Good morning, Graham. Manny, top of the morning. Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Hope all is well. JP, good morning. Belter is here. Mav UK, good to see you, Mav. Visualize, top of the morning. Flight Sim Max is here. Good to see you, buddy. The Swiss DJ1, welcome aboard. Calling Sky, hope you're well. Very happy Tuesday to everyone. Naughty Gnome burst in the door with a dropkick saying, here's some gifted submaroonies. 5 of them, Naughty Gnome. Thank you very, very much indeed. And lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Naughty Gnome, do be sure to say thank you very much indeed. Let me see here now. Gigs, welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Sticky Rice is here. Welcome in. Naughty Imagine. Yeah, he's a mad joke, isn't he? Mad joke altogether. But brilliant stuff. But yes, we're going to go. English, Murph, you can do it. We're going to do some flying here. And we're going to get the aircraft into action. And, well, let's see what sort of options we get with On Air. That's the plan for today. So I'm going to press this button. Yes. And then we're going to press this button. Yes. And, well, let's see what happens. Naughty says, good morning, busy day at work. You'll be on in the background. Fly by subbing, so to speak. Thank you very, very much indeed. I'm on in the background. No distractions, so to Naughty Gnome. You know, he's going to be very busy. A bit of hair conditioning there now as well, right? Where's this now? Can you show the rotor wash effects on the water? Other streams I've watched haven't shown it. Yeah, we'll check it out, dude. There's actually pretty good visual effects in this. Be it on water or, you know, kind of grass or dirt or any of that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool, right? Jared is here. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Good to see you. Right. So here we are on the ground at Clearwater, and it's live time, so it's just after 5 in the morning, right? And what I like about this scenery, I'm getting a couple of starters. What I like about this scenery, well, they've included other aircraft because it is that of Clearwater, and they have the correct liveries and all the jazz, right? So it looks the part, doesn't it? It does look the part. It's a phenomenal chopper, loads of fun to fly, and there's an update or a patch coming very, very soon. So as I was saying, typically these operate with a crew of 4. The motto, of course, of the Coast Guard is anytime, anywhere, or at least that's from the air station down here at Clearwater. They're referenced as an air station because sure, they have kind of boats and all this kind of stuff as well. Not to mention then the clippers, big massive ships that operate in and out of the area. But effectively, from a cruise perspective, pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and then your swimmer. And like Jesus, like the missions that they got, when it comes to a chopper, at the range and all that sort of stuff, they can carry, you know, extra fuel. But they have to plan their flights accordingly because sure, they can't just land anywhere. You know what I mean? Grafton 11 is here. Good to see you, buddy. Long time no see. Hope you're well. So yeah, so typically what they do at this time of the morning, this would be referenced or called first light. So the crews will be in kind of 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. The pilots will go off, get briefed. The ops guys, right, your flight engineer, your swimmer, well, their job isn't necessarily in the aircraft. They have to go off and make sure that all the gear, life jackets, you know, the stretcher, the litter box, all these sort of stuff are all ready to rock, right? That's not a good start when things turn off on my screen instantly. And I wouldn't mind, I've just changed the cable. Let's give it a second. It should turn back on. There we go. I'm having issues with that feckin' box thing that I bought. I picked it up last night, Murph. Don't know what I'm doing. Grand. We're all in it together. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit of storage here. We'll see what happens when we ramble outside from the airport. But yeah, that screen turning off is it's bewildering me completely because it needs a power source, and the cable that it comes with, it's a USB 2 or standard, the old type USB, and it powers it then by USB-C. But the unit itself keeps turning off, and by doing so, well, sure, it just makes the Elgato card go, wait, what? What's that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, not quite sure what'll happen. And my worry is if I bypass it once again, I won't have, whatchamacallit, I'll start getting, what's the ticket called? We'll start getting stutters and all that jazz. Then again, it's probably worth an now little test. What do you reckon, lads? So hang on, if we do something like this, right? There's no screen tearing. I'm a devil for this, but there's no screen tearing at the moment on your screen. Everything should be looking absolutely fantastic, right? So I wonder if I just bypass all of this, because I'm worried that it keeps shutting off. You know what I mean? So hang on, we'll have a quick go here. Jesus then. If I do one of these, and one of those, and one of these, how does that look? If I do something like that, right? Because this little fancy box that I got is, well, it was no, hang on now. That's saying, there we go. Now, is there any screen tearing, lads? Are you witnessing any screen tearing at all, or are we all hunky-dory? I think we're hunky-dory, lads. You see anything in your screen leaping around the place now? We'll bypass that gadget for a while and then we'll see what happens, right? Because it keeps turning off, and that's a pain. In a place we won't say at this hour of the morning, but it's in that place and it's a pain. Gibbo Ireland is here. Good to see you, Gibbo. You're very welcome in. Gibbo is lying on the beach, sipping away at some sangria, or even something even more elaborate for this time of the morning. Hope you're well, buddy. I know how to fix that. If you go into the device manager, go to USB host controllers and make sure the computer is not allowed to turn it off. I wonder, was that it? But then again, these should all be off. Device manager, right? All our little USB gadget-a-roonies should be off. Universal bus controllers, right? These should all be power management, allow the computer, like they should all be unchecked to say you're not to turn that off. What's this now? Host router. No, that's not one. Root router. Never heard of that. Power management. Allow this device to wake the computer. Fair enough. We'll check this one. Power management. Yeah, they're all okay. Just double checking now, because you know what I'm like. Let's see here now. Maybe something got in under the radar. You know what I mean? We'll have a quick check on power management. If you ever have issues with your USBs causing you, you know what I mean? That's what you do. Composite, no. So we'll go back up now to generic hubs. That's okay. That's okay. Hang on now, we're nearly there. That one's okay. Bloody hell, there's a lot of USBs on this machine, isn't there? Huh? Who's in charge of these? That's okay. That's, yeah, okay. A super speed hub. Yes. That's okay. So I think these are all actually okay. Super speed hub. Power management. Yeah, no, they're all, they all seem to be good, look. Isn't it weird, isn't it? Power management. Host controller. So I've unchecked allow the computer to turn off the device to save power. So it just shouldn't be turning off. So I've no idea what it is. That little gadget that I bought, that was specifically to stop any sort of properties.
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off, there's none. Universal serial bus. No, that's all different stuff. And then we have Xbox peripherals and this other stuff I have turned off. Sound is all grand. Nvidia high definition is turned off. I wonder, should the AMD high definition be turned off? Never thought. That should be turned off, shouldn't it? Go on, turn off. Right, that's off as well. That's all she's going to do. Display. That's kind of it. Monitors. Generic. I don't think she has the ability to turn off. No, it doesn't. So it can't actually turn off monitors or any of that jazz. Details, driver, events. Yeah. Anyway, no, so listen, we've be grand. We've turned off the gadget, so that'll at least stop it from turning off. Do you know what I mean? Gibbo was not at the beach. He sent me a picture. Jesus, man, it's a tough life watching from here. Gibbo, you have the absolute face of someone who's quite content with life right now. Love it, man. Jesus, I love it. You're in the shade as well. It must be hot as balls out there, is it? Fantastic. Jeez, the noise of this. Do you hear the choppers? Right, so This is our machine, as I said. There's Willie VR coming in. Come on, Willie! You're looking mighty over there. Jason, look at the detail on the chopper, though. Isn't it absolutely fantastic, lads? Loving the details, look. On our radar here as well. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Although, funny, when you look at it, there's no glass. Is there? Oh, there is. There is. Right. Right, anyway, so this is our chariot for today. We'll reset that. Keep me honest with any sort of issues. And as Willie comes in to drop beside us, let's have a quick look here on our map where we are. So, Kilo Papa India Echo. We're over on the west coast of the Florida Peninsula. Let's call it that, right? The Sunshine State. And, well, we're going to see what the crack is here, right? So we'll, good luck to Navigraph. And what I want to do, we want to open up OnAir. You're inactive more than 60 minutes on no simulator. Your session has expired. Oops. You see? Going to the actual device you're talking about, make sure the power management turned off on that device as well. Yeah, I've gone through all of them. It's not named as its own device. It just comes up as a USB, you know? That was a Floridan slip. Yes. Right, Cumulus will enter the world. And let's see what happens from inside OnAir. Now, we are still with crash logistics for the crack, but sure, listen, let's see what happens, right? So we're going to say aircraft detected, and we're in a Sikorsky UH-60. So it's detected all of these things. Nice. Minimum airport size, we'll bring it right down. Now, we can do medical, we can do rescue, right? Sightseeing, we can do a whole load of stuff. So if we were to say, right, well, what about a rescue mission? So it's going to start generating all sorts of information. And this one here is going to bring us out. There's an incident out over here. So we can click on it and find out. There's a rescue, right? What details do we have? Well, I've nothing on it yet, but we know they're out. Relatively short flight. It's only out over here, look. So we could do this as our first. Distance isn't very far. It's only 7 miles. So that's probably a little bit close, lads, is it? We can range this, or we can, you know, work on this for distance. So there's one further out the road. Look at this one here, for example. You're going to navigate to... No, let's have a look at this, right? So if I were to click on this one. So that's taking us inland quite a bit, which is interesting because that's going to be between us and possibly Miami, right? Which is interesting. What else do we have? So that's the mileage on that one. Distance 63 each way, right? So we can kind of work out on what the distance is going to be. 169, this one here. Or we can go... Jesus, we have a good few options. And these are rescue. This one here is an off-road rescue mission needing a search, which is pretty cool, right? So you have different types of missions. So this one here is a road rescue mission, right? An off-road rescue mission. This one here is a sea rescue mission, right? And the mileage on this puppy here is 88 miles. That's going to take us out to sea. I think we'll go with that one, lads, will we? Because it's night time and we're going to have to see what happens. Now, we could use FLIR, which is your forward... What's FLIR again? Isn't it like forward something infrared? It's basically forward-facing infrared. FL. What does FLIR mean again? FLIR, right? FLIR meaning forward-looking infrared, look, right? Brilliant. Forward-looking infrared. Okay. So while it was here as well, we're also going to look at Venture Sky. What's the weather doing? It's actually lovely and calm in and around Florida this morning. It's about 30 degrees. Wind is calm, right? 12 knots gust, but the mean speed is only about 10 knots, so the winds aren't too bad. That will give us an idea of what's happening in relation to the sea, because we can see the swells here, right? Half a meter, right? Not bad, about a foot wave. That's going to be important, because if we're heading on out this neck of the woods, well, we need to be careful of the waves, all right? What else do we want to look at? Any precip in the area? So there's some thunderstorms kind of to our west, but where we're heading, we might get a little bit of rain, and as the time goes on, as we break daylight, looks like that weather is heading on up north, which it is. All right, okay, I'm happy enough with that. So let's go for this one. So this one is going to be a rescue order, and they're out at sea. Sea rescue mission with precise location, or we need to do a search. So we can go ahead. we can go out and, you know, we can do a search pattern, or we can actually do, look, we actually have a fixed position. This one here is a fixed position, which is a good bit further down. And there's 2 passengers to be rescued from there. If it's a fixed position, that could be something like a ship, right? If we have to search for them, they've lost their vessel or whatever, right? So I'm going to select this puppy here, right? So we're going to say, right, we want this one. We're going to fly this one, accepting the job. St. Petersburg to St. Petersburg. And what we can do, we can go in here and show the legs. An hour occurred. No. Let's go fly now. There's no real legs. It's pretty much direct to. So we're going to have a look at this one. So we have a rescue order. Switch to advanced management from the freelance. Now we're going to keep it in freelance for the moment. Fuel on board. We're going to give ourselves plenty of fuel on this one. Let's call it 90%. Right? Horse that in. And we're going to validate the fuel here. Right? So we don't need to go down to Punta Gorda. If we can't do this, we come straight back to the base. Distance between destination and alternate, so that's all grand. So we're going to validate our fuel here. And we're going to click on the fly now. UTC offset, local departure time, UTC is 10:25. So this is all normal, isn't it? So we're going to hit fly now. Alternate air more... Oh, jeez. So it has to be different. Right. What was the Punta del Gorda? Or Punta Gorda? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Sarasota, if we get in trouble, sure. Let me see. KSRQ. 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 Alright, that'll do. Okay, launching aircraft tracker, right? Fuel, payload, all that jazz is set. So we need to head down to this location out here. The search grid area, it's a 4-mile searching grid. So there's quite a bit to be done here, you know what I mean? Just a heads up on the MH-60 and OnAir, there's been an issue with weight and balance after picking up cargo like search and rescue. Okay, we'll have a look, we'll have a look. Alright, I'm happy enough with that. Shall we start? Start tracking? And let's see what's going to start happening here. Okay, so that appears to be working. Put you over here on the right side, and we're going to jump into our heli chopper and start getting some power in here. So we have a bit of multiplayer action going on. It's dark as bejesus, so we're going to go ahead and turn on our battery, external power, and we'll go ahead and get some lights on in here so we can actually see, lads, what we're doing, right? Go ahead and get these lights turned on. Now, we can also turn on our formation lights. We'll want those, I suppose. Dome lights. Let's see here now. Are they... Oh, my rotors aren't spinning. Right, that looks good to me. All our lights can come on here, so turn that fella on, pull him back, right? And we'll get our screens turned on while we're sitting here. So we're on ground power, so we're planning now to get the aircraft up and running. We could say that our crew is loaded. Go ahead and close the door. And we do have some lights back here. We'll go navigation. These beautiful lights turned on there. Right, so shall we start? We shall start off with our fuel boosters. I don't know as many lights. Are my lights still on? Yeah, turn off my head torch there. Okay, so fuel boosters come on. We're going to come down here to our... basically our IRSs, right? Blade de-icer will turn you on. This guy here will put you into channel preset. Stab can be turned on. These lads can be turned on. And that looks good to me. Let's just double check the configuration of our aircraft. We do have an outboard and an inboard tank. So we have additional tanks on board. That's absolutely perfect. So from here, it's going to be a startup of our engines, right? So we've good light here. So we're going to go off with the APU. So let me see. APU booster goes to on. Air source is going to be on the APU. We have our APU main switch. Turn on the APU. And we have some sounds coming in with that APU firing up. Reset our barrel, reset our directional indicator. And we can see that our APU is running. We'll disconnect the ground power. And next up is going to be turning on these beautiful engines. So we're going to say the air engine source will be from the APU. Boosters are on, right? We'll come down here and our main fuel boosters are turned on as well. So next up it's going to be the engine. So we're going to put our fuel levers fully forward to cross feed, and we're going to engage the main starter. So let's go for it. Kilo Papa India Echo. That's the ICAO code of this airport. Okay, so OnAir is telling me the rescue mission has started because it knows you've started an engine. So let us see, friends, let us see. Alright, engine 1 is coming up. Go ahead and turn on the generator. And we'll go for start number 2. Number 2 coming up. Now we can load in all sorts of different search patterns on this as well. We can actually say, look, give me a 4 nautical mile grid, we're going to go searching. So wait until we start getting out of the scene and, you know what I mean? We'll play that one by ear. So fuel is looking, or sorry, engine startup is looking good. We're going to put our fuel tanks back onto direct. Turn on generator number 2 here. And we're also going to get on our pitot heat. At this stage, air source goes into the engine. APU booster goes off. APU itself goes off. And we're going to work off our engines at the moment. So it says our AFCS are currently off. We'll return these on. Low rotor RPM, they'll start spinning up in their own merry way. Now while we're here, we do have this forward looking infrared, right? So if we need it, we know it's there. And utilities are turned on. They're up on top. I need those on. That's if we're going to be operating the likes of the winch and all this sort of stuff. Position lights, put them on to flash. These guys, anti-collision lights on night mode. What else do you want here? Dome light, leave it off. Or a nav light, leave that off now. Search light, don't need that on for the moment. Nav infrared can go on. We also have our landing gear lights on here as well. Model matching is failing completely. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so the low rotor, we're going to disengage the park and brake. Booster pumps can stay on. Landing lights are already on. And we're just waiting for that caution light to go and let the engine warm up here. Quick check outside. So it's quite busy here on the ramp. Lafritas is here. Good to see you, buddy. So we got some peoples with us. This is looking fantastic. Okay, aircraft sounding good. Quick check here on Navigraph. Let's see, can we get some sort of a heading as to where it is we're supposed to go. So, what do we need? Show meters, follow aircraft, yes. Show other airports, show base camps. Fuel on board is good, sim rate is good. Their location is 43.9 nautical miles on a heading of 203. So we need a heading of 203. We'll worry about that now in a moment. But 203 in our heading, that is where we need to go, right? So if I were to put heading mode, how do we turn that devil now? Let's have a look, lads. Let's have a look. It's got to be over here, right? Let's see here now. So hover altitude, no. How does one adjust the heading? Jesus, that's a good one, isn't it? How do we change our heading on this? HSI? Bearing. VOR. Yeah, we'll go VOR, why not? Range. EGI. They're aligned. Master switch, no. Sync, timer, declutter, no. I wonder how do we do heading? I love it when it turns into a 172 or a 152 into a 75. Change heading mode, go to heading. Yeah, where did we see that? Go to heading, so nav. No. Bearing. Heading. Aha. Sweet. Okay, so what did we say it was? 2 something. Easy now. So we said the heading was going to be remaining time. We have 100 minutes to do this. Heading 203. And it's 49 miles, right? 49 miles, 203. Let's see what happens here. Larry, good morning. All right, let us see. Lean her forward. Brakes are off. We should start rolling. There we go. Beautiful sounds, man, isn't it? Starbug is with us. Ooh, look at that C-130 over there. Gorgeous. Right, we'll hang a left here. Scenery is really nice, isn't it? There's Willie. Sergeant Beaster, he's not hanging around. Man, that's pretty. Dawn is trying to brake. There's another C-130. Alright lads, I think this is going to be good. We'll depart from here and it's going to be circle out to the right. So collective coming in. We have liftoff. And we'll spin ourselves out here to the right side. We're airborne and we have 100 minutes to go out and rescue these people. On a heading of 203, and we're going to head out here as quickly as we can. This is first light, so far so good, lads. Get ourselves straightened up, out over the airport, and let's see what happens from here. Right, we do have some trims set up. Easy now. We'll keep our map open here on our right side so we can see what's going on. Alright, so 203 into the heading, more power horsed in, and at this stage we can probably get rid of that landing light. And we're going to gain a bit of altitude, oopsie daisy, and let's head her on out. So 49 nautical miles, let's see what happens. Man, what a nice part of the world this is, isn't it gorgeous? Now we've all sorts of lights going on here, so I wonder can we turn off the dome light, position lights are good, lower lights are good, console. Right, that calms it down a little bit. So let's remain in this heading, speed currently 140 knots, nothing wrong with that. Altitude is climbing nicely, coming up now on 2,000 feet, we don't need to go too high. We're lucky with the weather, small bit of a headwind, but overall, we're not too bad. Aircraft is behaving, radar altitude is fine. We have a lot long area as well. We can also look at our map here, just to give us an idea of where it is we want to go. Also get some trims into the aircraft, settle everything down. We don't want to be descending. Speed is looking good. Engine power, torque, all that jazz, that's looking good. A little bit of a roll here, so I want to counteract that if I can. Little bit of trim. Keep an eye on your speed. And watch your heading as we're doing this. So 203 is what we want. Bearing in mind, it's a 4 nautical mile search area. So we'll just have to bear that one in mind. Ah, that's awesome. We got a couple of choppers heading out here. Now you can also use the missions in the aircraft itself. Mission Hub, it's a separate purchase, but man alive, it's very good. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that starts working out. Based on the heading we want, we just need to be careful because there's a slight bit of wind, right? So we're aiming slightly off. We're currently on a heading of 214 here. So we want to just tighten this up a little bit as we head on out. Speed is pretty good, bearing in mind as well, you know, with the weight of the aircraft that we have plenty of fuel on board, and we have a full crew with us. Even though it's only our swimmer, it looks like. Is it a swimmer? We'll see. Now, I don't know, will this inject scenery in? I'm unsure on air. It should. But we'll see what happens, right? So we're heading out on our merry way. And it's a 4 nautical mile grid we need to search for. Now, we're too early to load any of this in, so we'll wait until we get to this sector, right? And we can open up this inside the sim as well. If we go to OnAir, this will actually open up the hub. And if we look at the map, right, you can see where it's trying to bring us to. Over here. Now, that's following the aircraft, so untick that. So it's trying to bring us out to this area here as the map is trying to load, right? And we can go to flight data and see what's happening here as well. So I think there might be a bit of an issue with the map loading in, but we get the idea. That's us here now, right? Coming out over the Gulf port, and we're heading down to this section here. This is where we need to commence our search. So I'll bring this guy down a bit. That's interesting, we can't actually move him. Alright. So we're slightly right. Again, we're just watching the wind. Altitude, 2,000 to 3,000 feet here should be just fine. Speed is looking good. We should be hitting this area now in the next kind of 10-15 minutes. You finally got the sim to run smooth and look good. Ooh, nice, Sergeant Beast. Resonate, good to see you, buddy. So we know this aircraft needs a patch. Miltech have it ready. I just haven't seen it going out to any of the stores yet, unfortunately. But I mean, what do you do there, you know what I mean? It's very bright in here, is it? We've lights on there that I think are very bright. These lads, how do we turn them off? Is it the glare shield lights? Upper console we want, lower console. They seem very bright, don't they? How do we turn them lights off? So they're console lights, so turn them off, turn those off. There we go. So there were these fellas down here, so put these guys back on a bit. Right? And maybe turn these on a little bit. What's the patch for? There's multiplayer issues with the aircraft. Also, a couple of fixes are needed. Nothing major, but they're there. So 150 knots indicated. We're hanging around 2,000 feet, give or take. The seas are calm. We're looking good. I might turn on some lights here so, you know, they can report back to us. They should see us well before we see them. Now, there's other things we can do as well. We can link all of this with, say, intentions, and then our crew is going to be like, okay, look, we're trying to find these people now. I just haven't figured out how do we lock and sync everything up together, but you can. So you could be doing the same mission on air, and say intentions will follow suit. So it means then you're able to chat to your crew. You know what I mean? How's the autopilot in this thing? It's not strictly an autopilot, it's more stability control. But it's good, like it makes the aircraft reasonably easy to fly. Pushing the 145 up to about 120, yeah. Yeah, no, the H-60 or the MH-60, this definitely has the legs, definitely. Okay, so we're a nice bit out to sea at this stage. We're roughly now at the halfway point, halfway between the Coast Guard station or the air station at Clearwater and also the rescue zone. But yeah, I was watching a couple of documentaries last night, and when you see what the crews have to do, it's quite incredible. Quite incredible. Visualize says, I've been having issues with the mission hub. I'll create a mission, save it, preparing to launch the mission, and then I get a CTD. Oh, no way, man. How far from land are we now? We're only about 12 miles. We're not far. The good news is daylight has just broken, so our timing has been pretty good. And because this isn't a fixed position, we need to scan the area. Now, we can load in a full scan of the area into the chopper and actually follow that flight plan. And we'll set it to 4 nautical miles. My understanding is we need to get to the center of that area and then engage 4 nautical miles. So that would be down under search pattern. And there should be something here. Well, I don't have 4 nautical miles, but I do have 5 nautical miles. So when we activate that, that'll give us a bit of a flight plan over here on our map, right? And we'll get an idea from there. Now, for me to zoom out, lads, how does one do that? We'll have to figure that one out now in a minute. Watch our heading here as well. So the good news is we can monitor everything with OnAir, right? I mean, look, we can see what the story is. So you can see, look, 1 PAX rescue order, fly to the incident location, heading 205, remaining time to bring the passengers back. We have an hour and a half to do this, right? So we need to be very careful. So our plan is we're going to fly down to the search grid and then we're going to start searching because that was their last known position. So you can see we're going to start entering it very, very soon. We should get eyes on. Hopefully they can inject scenery. I don't know will it do that or not. We might just have to listen out. Page up, page down. Okay, so do we need to bring the map over to here, I wonder? Yeah. Okay, so that's what it looks like there. On this guy, we'll go back to our main screen and we'll start loading in that search pattern shortly. We're going to say it's a 5 nautical mile search pattern. Easy now. Speed is looking good. We're still over the 140 knots. We're doing about 160 over the ground. And altitude now, we're dropping down about 1,500 feet. We don't want to get too low too quick. You know what I mean? So we're roughly going to stay on this heading. Our speed is good. Now, flying out to sea is always a challenge because, well, it's very hard. It can be quite disorientating, especially if there's clouds or if there's no clouds. At least with a bit of clouds, you can see things like, you know, you can see reflections and you can kind of see currents and all this. Flight Sim does a great job of representing the sea. It does show them beautiful currents there, you know. On the ground, you can see fire engines and stuff. I'm unsure about the sea. Yeah, we're doing science. We'll see what happens. Left a bit, looking at my map over here. Now, I imagine we need to get to the center of this arc and then we'll go ahead and activate that 5 nautical mile search pattern because that'll allow us just to fly a full search pattern. Now, we could probably do it manually ourselves, but, you know, we'll do it this way. So the challenge with LOD as well in 2024, you know what I mean? We could be up against it. But this should be interesting to see, you know, how it handles. Especially with OnAir. Oh, look at that, man. Sergeant Beaster, Willie VR is with us. Willie, I wonder, is Willie in VR? So we're a little bit out to sea at this stage. There's obviously no vessels or whatever in the area, so that's why we've been sent out. Captain Berg, good morning to you, buddy. Hope you're well. Alright, we are just about to enter the zone. So we keep our eyes peeled. And the same crack what we did last night, lads, in the DC-6. We scan from the right, looking to our left. That's how you scan. Then you come down to the next section, go back to the right, and scan. 4 nautical mile is quite big. It is quite big. It is quite big. 101, yeah, no worries, dude. We'll see what it does. This is new to me. I haven't done one of these yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the experience shall be like. But so far, I mean, it's very immersive. I mean, the chopper helps with that. The weather, the time of day, the chopper, the sounds, you guys flying along. This is awesome. And like, wouldn't it be great eventually once multiplayer missions become a thing? We all have to help each other. You know what I mean? Firefighting. Someone has to be a spotter. Someone has to be a water bomber. Maybe you have to send in search and rescue as well. Could you imagine? That'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, we have just entered the zone. We shall be overhead the target area of the last known reported location in roughly 5 minutes. Jesus, they were out a good bit, weren't they? Atlantic, good to see it. So you wonder what they were doing. Were they out, you know, scuba diving? Were they out fishing? It'd be nice to get maybe more of a backstory as well, you know. We know we have one passenger to rescue, but I think it'd be pretty cool to get more of a backstory, you know. Jemima was out for the swim, you know, and things turned bad. Poor old Jemima. Right, watch our heading here. Were they out there doing something they shouldn't have been doing? Maybe. Maybe. Right, 2,500 feet. We are quite high. We've now entered the zone, so we have a heightened level of scrutiny, right? We're looking for stuff. Doesn't help that the friggin' windows are manky. Okay, you're very low. How do we fix you? Sound volume.
Hello, welcome to OnAir Company.
Okay, so she's very quiet. So we'll turn down our sim sounds and we'll keep on air good and loud. So basically she just told me over the mic, you've now entered the search area, keep your eyes peeled, yeah? So let's see what's going to happen here, lads. So our altitude has come down quite a bit now, 1,500 feet. Probably 1,000 feet is the best way to go. This search pattern, let's go ahead and enter that. Or select that, there we go. See, the search pattern now is just created. So this is giving us a 5 nautical mile search pattern. Now, again, you're better off doing it from the middle, right? So I'll reactivate that now in a moment.
You need to be under 2,000 feet above ground level to locate the incident.
Okay, so under 2,000 feet, so they're telling us, get your ass down below 2,000 feet. So we'll lower the collective, get under 2,000 feet. And now it's all about keeping our eyes peeled. The good news is we have daylight on our side. So we're pretty much bang on course of where we're supposed to be. Gino, welcome in. Mr. Boring, good to see you. You can't put you in there, lads. Forsack Shark, welcome in, buddy. Alright, let's keep our eyes peeled. Imagine doing this as your day job. Juice is here, welcome in, buddy. Right, our speed is fairly lively as well, so we just want to watch that because we'll overfly these very quickly. Now, I'm happy enough with our altitude, right? So we'll just, maybe you guys can help out if you see anything. Like with some of the equipment on the real aircraft, the likes of using FLIR, this would help us because we would see heat signatures and all this sort of jazz. But as of right now, speed is dropping nicely, altitude is looking good. So we're just scanning. Nothing to see just yet. Alright. We'll keep this heading. I'm going to reactivate this search pattern. From here, this should be more accurate, right? And we'll put on FLIR as well to help us out a bit. We can see nothing here. Now, there's ways to control this, but we'll just fly it manually for the moment, right? Now, I don't know how well FLIR will work. I customized the weather a lot. Nice. So at this stage, pilot flying, he's just flying the helicopter. Your co-pilot will be very much focused on, okay, stay in this heading. We're heading out to user waypoints. And this is where we conduct our search pattern, right? Zihan, welcome in. Is it possible to land on moving ships? Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. It can be difficult, but the secret is take your time. No, I don't see anything yet. As we kind of meander in and around the area. Altitude is looking good. Go external here. Or cheat mode, as I like to call it. And we're just looking for like a... You're literally looking for a dot in the ocean. Nothing so far. And like, it must be so hard on these crews if they were heading out on a search and rescue mission and they can't find them. It happens. They're limited by their fuel. How much time they can spend searching. You know what I mean? So we've now entered the zone. We're directly overhead their last reported position, or the last known position. So we're going to have to go exploring here. Now we do have a waypoint map open, so we can go and check it out. I might just do one of those again. Now we're saying 5 nautical miles. Maybe we'll start with a 1 nautical mile. And let's go ahead and select that one. And that's going to give us... Well, that's not ideal, is it? No, we'll go to this one. Keep our FLIR turned on. I don't see anyone yet. So we're pretty much overhead their last known position. So from here, we just stay looking. We're at 1,000 feet. Speed isn't too bad. So what I recommend doing is we're just going to circle around here. Keep an eye on our FLIR as well. And we're just going to start looking around. So the last known position was roughly where we are now. So our speed has dropped quite a bit. We're in hover mode. And you'll be hoping at this stage, you know, they would see us. You know what I mean? Nothing spotted just yet. Alright. Let's try around to the left. Can we open his door? That's a stretcher. Jesus, talk about looking for a needle in a stack of needles. Okay, our speed is quite low, so we'll keep following on this way. Cleaning the windows would have helped. I see nothing right now. So looking at our search plan that we've put in, we'll follow that for a little bit. They would drift in the direction of the wind. Agreed. But we flew in directly against that wind. You know what I mean? Now this helps the way the sun is there, because we will see a silhouette. Or at least that's the hope. That's Willie, I'd say, is it? That's Willie. Alright. Nothing so far. Ah, Muse fan, good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, we'll spin around here once again. We're very much in this area, so it's only a matter of, well, how far out do we want to push it? You know what I mean? Was that a something up there? Or is that just silly graphical rendering? Let's go up and inspect that. Easy now. I think that was just kind of graphical rendering. Let's go to this view, see will this help? Search and rescue muse, loads of fun. Well, it's more search at the moment. Easy. Easy. Keep this turn in. Let's see what happens. Watch your speed as well. We're going fairly lively here. Now, the use of flares and all that would just be absolutely savage, wouldn't it? I think facing the sun, I think we're going to be in a good spot here. Watch your speed. Alright, Betsy, alright. We were going way too fast. Easy does it now. Circle around this way. What's the view like out that door? Do we see anything, lads? Jesus, it really is a needle in a stack of needles, isn't it? Like, I'm somewhat thankful the seas are calm. But, like, Jesus. I don't fancy the victim's chances, though. Muse, neither do I, to be fair. Right, watch the owl altitude, Murph. We'll plod forward a little bit. As I say, I have a little map over here on my right from OnAir that I can be tracking. And it's giving me just a better overall view of this little search pattern. How are you supposed to find someone here, look? Easy now. Easy. Right, so the sun is truly coming up. So we've entered a fairly good hover here. Try and keep the speed low. And let's just search this neck of the woods. I don't see anything. There's our water effects.
Hello there.
Hello there. Fornax, good to see you. Dive down and check underwater. I just don't see anything. Now I wonder, should I have like markers turned on? You know what I mean? Visual stuff, right? Visual assistance. Display active waypoint. So let's see if that helps. That seems to be doing shag all. I mean, I don't see anything. Let's have a look at the OnAir map. So it's telling me to move forward. So we'll try and move forward here a little bit. Like, we're around 100 feet. I mean, we're as low as we can get. Oh, hang on now. Something's just turned green, so I reckon I'm in the area now. I just don't see anything. So we're just kind of meandering backwards here for the minute. turn ourselves to the right. So it reckons... What, we dead ahead?
20 feet.
Alright, easy.
20 feet.
Like, I'm not seeing anything on our FLIR either. Let's see, can we just ramble forward a little bit?
20 feet.
Easy.
20 feet.
The only thing I've noticed is it's not really flown very far if you look at the search pattern on the screen. Yeah, the reason why I'm doing that, it's giving me... I'll show you the map here now, 1 second. So we'll pause that, right? If you show you the map here, this is my location, look, and this is the search pattern that I've done. But see this little... See this? Oh, hang on, is that only pointing... Ah, hang on. Maybe that's just pointing me back to where the area was. Right, okay, that could have been my doing. Alright.
10 feet.
So that could be my bad. I was trying to get us back to the center. So, let's continue now. We'll follow on the search pattern. And keep our eyes peeled if something kind of drifted out from here. Easy now. There was a game called Dangerous Waters where you could do this, except you were hunting for submarines. No way! Matt Robinson, good to see you, Matt.
Roll right, roll right.
Alright, Betsy, we're alright.
Pull up, pull up.
You're alright, Betsy. So I'm just doing like a sideways kind of a scan here. What's the altitude? Don't go up too high. This is going to be a challenge. Okay, so we're directly south of where the last reported position was, right? Sergeant Beast says he's at the location. Will it show for everyone, Sergeant Beast? Well, let's go in and have a look. Let's go over to Sergeant Beast and see if we can get some sort of an ID from here, right? Betsy's having the crack, I'm telling you now. Let's go this way. And head out where Sergeant Beast is. You think you have the same location? Alright. Well, if so, isn't that really handy? You could be wrong. We'll see. Again, we're just keeping our eyes peeled as well, just in case there's a difference. What's the altitude as well? Vulcan is hovering around there somewhere too. It's good using the sun because that will definitely silhouette something on the ground, you know what I mean? We'll keep our eyes peeled here, look. And see what happens. Like those dots on the ground, the dots on the windshield don't help at all. The whole cavalry is coming to the rescue, I'm telling you. Farmer Girl, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. What game is this? This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Jesus, Murphy, don't crash. God almighty, you had one job. Right, so Sergeant Beast. Easy now. Alright, so we can see Sergeant Beast. Now you're saying you're at the location, but I'm not seeing that in here, buddy. Easy. 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 It's like looking for a needle in a stack of needles. I'm streaming tomorrow. Yes, sir. Alright, so there's Sergeant Beast. I see nothing out here, buddy. Might have been a prank call. No, definitely nothing here, man. Alright. Well, we can see where we are. We can see where we are from our search pattern, so let's continue on out. Like, if I don't know, will it follow the current or the wind? And your guess is going to be as good as mine on this one. What are we looking for? It just says it's a rescue, one person. Like, surely there'd be a boat or something, right?
Pull up, pull up.
You're all right. You're all right. So we were well north of where that was. So maybe heading back in this way will help. If there is any kind of old drift or that, you know what I mean? Can you change the weather or time? No. That's all controlled now by OnAir. Yeah, I'm sure you can. They'll probably give you just loss of points or something, you know what I mean? Did you load the assets for OnAir? Voyaging, that could be a very important question that you've just asked me. Where does one do that now? Let's just double check, because otherwise we could be here for a long time. So company configuration. Sim configuration. Automatically update community packages. Yeah, it says it's in. Now download and install. If I go into community shortcut, this would be in under OnAir, wouldn't it? OnAir in panels, OnAir sim objects, miscellaneous, models. Yeah, they're loaded, man, they're loaded. 100%. They're all loaded. Right, let's go in and have a look at this map again. So, this was their original reported zone there, I think, right? Or there, look. So we've done a fair bit of work around this area. And then we kind of took out, we went out a wide arch here. So now we're heading back in towards them, and we'll probably go out this neck of the woods next. You know, we think. That is what we want to do, right? And put stuff in the community folder. Yeah, no, they are loaded, 100%. So even though our speed is a bit lively, we should see a something, right? 62 minutes. We're only on station for about 10 minutes here, so like, you know. I think this is where Say Intentions could really do well with this, because you can say to your crew, hey, do you see anyone? Do you see anything? Can you help us out? Can you give me a bearing? You know what I mean? And as far as I know, it can do it. I just need to figure out how do we make them talk to each other? You know what I mean? I mean, I absolutely see nothing out the windows here. Nothing. There's no little dot in the ocean that I'm trying to follow. Jesus, Murphy, don't crash whatever you do. Okay, so we'll arse around this way, see if we can see something. Energizer, good to see you! Is it fixed or did it say search? It's search. It's not a fixed location, it's a search mission. So we're just searching. There is a time limit. We have 60 minutes. It gives you an hour and a half, I think, 90 minutes. But of course, that's going to depend on a couple of factors. We're kind of strafing here, which is not ideal. No sign of them yet. It should call in updated pings after a while. Hey, it's good to see it. Will the sim not give you tide and wind speed? It does. Right, we'll turn back facing their last known position. In that case, rip to your victims. Grand. Okay, so we're pretty much facing back now where the position was. So you reckon it'll say, hey, we think you're over this location? I don't know how we can kind of challenge OnAir to help us out though. Matt, yeah, 100%, buddy. Then again, like it's we could be saying it's LOD, but if it's not LOD and they are actually there somewhere, could you imagine how difficult this would be in the real world? Okay, FLIR should be showing up as something. If there was a boat, or it'll reflect heat temperatures or heat signatures. But this is purely now just scanning this entire area out here in front of us. And I think an advantage is using the sun, because you'll see a silhouette, right? It's a little bit disorientating, but you will see a silhouette. Now, as I say, it doesn't help with the friggin' bugs on the windshield, you know what I mean? Angels 1-5, good to see it. Yeah, the FLIR cam works. Now, I don't know, am I operating it normally? We'll see. Captain Berg, I was flying slowly over a pickup area, then I got a message that you'd pick up a person. Alright. Well, let's try that one, so we're going to circle back around to the last known position, bring our speed right down, like we are doing 120 knots here. And we'll go nice and slow. Something like that. And we'll head her on in again. Easy. So 300 feet. Watch the speed. And we'll just take our time coming in. Wicked Rolf, no, we're looking at OnAir to enhance, but the normal pilot, no, won't have to pay. Everything that we do with Firefly Air, none of that is changing. We're probably going to move to OnAir for just some of the extra stuff. But, air economy is working as well, so we should have a good few options. Taking our time. Like, it was mad, like on the documentary I was watching last night, they went out for a search, they couldn't find them. Hypothermia, well, the water's quite warm here. That's the only saving grace. Right, let's kind of arse around here for a minute.
20 feet. 10 feet.
We're nice and low.
10 feet.
In actual fact, any lower and we're in the drink.
10 feet. 10 feet.
Easy now. Dan Gaming, good to see you. TTV Knights, welcome in, buddy. Many thanks for the follow. A bit weird. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, right? This is definitely the area. But it's a search pattern, so I don't know how much we have to search the area. We've done quite a bit so far. So, I mean, look how low we are. Now, I don't want to be going too fast. I mean, either side of the chopper, I don't see anything kind of sticking out. But like, you're looking for anything. Anything at all. So we'll continue with some search patterns here.
Roll left, roll left.
We'll head out this way. And get ourselves straightened up.
Roll right, roll right.
You're alright, Betsy. You're alright. What's our speed here as well? So we're just conducting a search within this area. Search pattern in the delimited area. Jody Doc, good to see you. So every now and again, I see a message pop up with OnAir, and they're just saying, you know, you're looking for one passenger, you're in the area, so it's only a matter of kind of searching this zone. Does anything show up in your EFB? No. So we're just following the search pattern we've programmed into the chopper. What's our altitude here as well? Search pattern in the delimited area to find the incident location. Hey, Crotty is here. Good to see you. Alright, continue on. We're just searching an area. That's all we can do. Like, there's no signpost. There's none of that. There's no smoke, no flares. I'm inclined we're going to head down to the left here now. And let's see what happens. Like, we need to be below 2,000 feet. They've told us that. But we're just searching the area. Again, you're looking for any sort of silhouette on the horizon, any dots in the water. And like, I don't know, is it frame gen stuff? Because or it could be just my eyes playing a trick, but every now and again I'll see like a little black dot and I'm like, oh wait, is that it? You know what I mean? Jay, it's a class chopper, isn't it? Like, if it's only one person, are they on a boat? Are they loose in the water? Nick, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it works, man. If it doesn't work, well then we're shagged. But at least that's something then we can feed back to them, you know what I mean? Like, that was a fairly wide arc we've just done there now. So like, it has to be somewhere in this zone. Not seeing anything just yet. Speed is good. Altitude is good. I'm inclined to kind of focus on the left side, and that's only because that's where they were last kind of reported. But if we head out this way, we'll see. It's a great machine, this, isn't it? Great machine. At 500 feet. 70 knots. Kind of shows you the importance as well. Like, I mean, you know your you know, a life jacket on an aircraft, they have the light flashing. I don't know, do they have transponders in them? Or locators, you know what I mean? ELT? So we're doing a second line scan here.
Oh, behave.
Commander Snow, thank you very much indeed for the bits. How's the fuel? We should be okay in fuel. $23.90. We're okay till we get down to at least 1,000. Alright, we'll spin around back. How's the heli going? It's going good, man. We're on a search and rescue mission. There's someone out at sea. We need to try and locate and bring them back. Having a job trying to locate them. Having a real job trying to locate them. Easy now. Alright, let's head back in this side. So what I'm doing, I can see it on the other map. I'll show you here now, look. So this is the search pattern we're currently working to, right? So this location here was the last reported position, and this is the pattern that we did, right? So from there, we've checked. There's no real order to this, but we've checked. The whole idea is it's kind of circles. That's what I'm trying to do. Do an outer, do a middle, do an inner, and then work our way out again, right? Show events. There's nothing here that I can look for. Pause tracking aboard flight. Toggle airport data. Aerial view. Terrain. Like, I'm not sure, is there anything on this we can search for? I don't know what these white dots are for. Tree Black Cat Music. Good to see you, buddy. Flight data. Start a search pattern in the delimited area to find the incident location. So there should be an incident location. So that's what we're looking for. So we're going to head straight back up to this and just continue on. Straight Master, welcome in. Have you checked the direction off the ocean from the spot? Have I checked the direction off the ocean? Yeah, well, it's moving. Well, again, if we're using real world data here, right? So I would say vent you sky. If they are indeed in the water, right? If we have a look at the actual real world weather here and we look at the sea, we're down here somewhere. So if anything, I mean, it's over here, isn't it? So they should be getting pushed north and then eventually back in. Or they're getting pushed up to the northwest. You know what I mean? So, I think doing what we're doing is the right way to do it. It just might take a few minutes. So I'll ramble into the right here a little bit. And this is back up to their last known position. And from here, we'll kind of overfly that site and just start our search from there. They floated back to the coast. They're now in the pub. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Imagine the cost of running operations like this. Jesus. Right, easy now. Watch the speed, watch the altitude. We're just going to ramble in and hold position over the initial site. Which is pretty much dead ahead. Right. So it's all at this location, exactly where we are now. So this is technically the incident site. I mean, we're as close to this now as we can get, you know what I mean? NCO, yeah, it should do. It's supposed to inject scenery objects in, yeah. I don't see anything. Like, how far could they have travelled? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing underneath us anyway, that's a certainty. So this was the location that they should have been in. So let's just go by a hunch here. Let's follow the Benny, no worries, dude. Let's just follow the current based on what the real world weather is doing, right? And let's see if this kind of helps. So the real world weather waves are bringing them up this neck of the woods. This is the current. And we're locked into live time and live weather, so this could be interesting. P.S. Miranda, good to see you, buddy. So as we fly in along here, we're just scanning, man. We are purely scanning. So hopefully we're going to see something. Don't end up in the drink, Murph. I mean, look, there's nothing that we can see from here. Sure there's not. Where's Waldo? Let's continue on. Because at least then we know we're giving this a fairly decent search. And like, we are still, I mean, we're loosely following that search pattern we've loaded in. Keep your eyes peeled. I mean, we could be terribly lucky or terribly unlucky. It's your, you know what I mean?
You
We're following
found the location. Land as near as possible in the delimited area.
Hang on a second, we found the location, she says. Did you hear that, lads? This is science! We found the location, she just said it. I don't bloody see it, but let's take her word for it. So look at that, we actually had to follow the current of the real world weather. That's friggin' nuts, isn't it? Alright, let's see what happens. Alison Johnson is here with a tier 3 sub for 59 months, Ali. Thank you very, very much indeed, Ali. Hope you're well, Mrs. Oh, where's this now? Target acquired, is that it? Bingo, we have ourselves a boat. Check it out, man. This is fan-friggin-tastic, look. friggin' cool is this?
20 feet. 20 feet.
Passengers boarding has started.
They're boarding the passenger! Yup, you devil, you!
20 feet.
That is absolutely badass. Don't make a balls of a Murph.
20 feet.
Stay on station. Easy now.
20 feet.
Wrong window.
10 feet.
Easy.
20 feet.
5 seconds.
20 feet.
Boarding finished. Take off and fly to any airport.
Alright.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 139 instead of 174.6 kilograms.
Right, we need to fix this. So we need to add additional weight to the aircraft. We can't. Seats. I mean, does it like that? Let's go with it. Let me see. Model, yes. Payload, done, yes. Let's see, does it like this? Let's see. Okay, it likes it. Close that. And
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 225 instead of 260.8 kilograms.
okay, how do we figure out this one? Let's see what she... Is this a bug with the aircraft? Hang on now. We're doing some science here. It was given out to me about the weight of the aircraft.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 311 instead of 347.0 kilograms.
Cargo? Loading the aircraft, right? So total payload. Let's try this again. This is interesting. I'm just trying to see, can I override it?
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 397 instead of 433.2 kilograms.
Right, let's see, can we override it now? 1 second, lads. It may or may not like this.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 483 instead of 519.4 kilograms.
Okay. Auto set. We'll keep trying the auto set. Let's see what happens here, right? Let's see what happens.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 569 instead of 605.5 kilograms.
Okay, so give us 605. Let's see what... Oh, Jesus. Wait, did that work? Careful now, Murphy. You're pressing buttons. Right. Start tracking. It could be a bug with the aircraft. If it is, we'll go back to OnAir and say, hey, lads, issue.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 655 instead of
691.
691.7 kilograms.
Pilot 86, so let's just horse this up. Why can't I validate this? Interesting. Auto set. Weight and balance. Why can't I validate that? I wonder. To enable tracking, ensure your aircraft is correctly positioned within the sim. If you are resuming a flight, adjust your aircraft to align with the specified window. Okay, reposition. So we want to go to here, is it? Right. Hang on, we're learning together.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, sod the weight. If she gives out to us, let's just head back to base. She hasn't given out to me yet. Did we do it? I think we did it. We did it! Right, back to the airport.
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off, there's no refunds. We're heading back to the air. Ah, Jesus. We have 37 minutes to get this guy back.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works. Every time.
Close the door, Murphy. Gabbo, welcome in. Ah, this is class, isn't it? They even had the little boat. We're heading back to base. Speed is coming up. Altitude is looking good. Back to the air station at Clearwater. How freaking cool looking is that? Filthy, good morning. That is so very cool. No, I think it's okay with the weight now. How? I don't know. But it is. Oh yeah. Man alive, look at the state of that. It's so cool. Right. We're absolutely hauling ass. 140 knots, 1,400 feet. Need to get ourselves back, man. We have 33 minutes. We're about 15, 20 minutes out. We sorted the weight issue, yeah. It's doing a thing. Watch your altitude. Maintain the speed. I just kept pressing buttons, Sergeant Beast. Auto load using OnAir. Every time it gave me a new weight, just auto load it. Oh, look at that. How cool looking is that? It's so good. You gotta love it, man. What a machine. Lando! Oz, welcome in, buddy. I mean, we've been totally blessed with the weather, haven't we? What I think is like immensely cool is the fact that we had to figure out the weather, understand where the drift would have taken them. That's just class, man. That's really, really good. And it drew the scenery. Bit of faffing around getting the weights, but we got there. And now we head back up to the air station at Clearwater, drop our passenger off. Medical attention is required. And that's a good start to the day. I thought we wouldn't find him. Brilliant. Speed is good, 150. Total fuel, loads of fuel. Like, I think these are good for a range of like 500 miles or so. Absolutely deadly, isn't it? It's just class, this chopper, isn't it? Love having the opportunity to work around firefighting Blackhawks, dude. Alright. Heading back now. We're heading up towards, well, it's Tampa. That's this neck of the woods. But we're going to stop at Clearwater. It's at St. Petersburg, Clearwater. Be interesting to see now all the information from the duty report when we have this done. That was pretty cool, man. Like, it was a search and rescue mission, you know? Murph, lurking while working. Do I need to do anything to get my controllers to work with this? Just set it up as your chopper. So if you haven't flown choppers yet, you'll have to do a bit of jiggery pokery. Collective, cyclic, right, they're your main chopper controls, right? And then anti-torque pedals. Well, like, you'd set it up much the same as an aircraft, a fixed wing. The only difference, you want to have rotor trim. You'd also probably want to have a rotor brake bound to a button. And then there's additional buttons you can choose with this helicopter. It's in the manual, so they'll say, look, these are the following buttons you can use. And I think they control things like, you know, your flare and all this kind of stuff. Alright, speed is good. We're high, we're fairly high, up to 4,000 feet. So we can start dropping that in, but we're going to be flying over the city here, so. The missions are reduced in price at Miltech. Zihan, really, yeah? Nice. Well, the mission we just did, that was on air. And that's the beauty of on air. I mean, you can do these missions with any aircraft. Any aircraft. And once we stayed steady and stable in close proximity to that boat, it started a countdown timer of loading the passengers. I think it was 3 minutes. So we just had to remain on station for 3 minutes. Boom, your passengers loaded. Right, let's get out of there. And there's like, that was a search and rescue one. You could do air ambulance, you could do cargo, sightseeing. There's a lot of cool options here with on air. I'm really impressed with that, man. Really impressed. And like, we left, did you show up on Fleer? No. We left right at sunup. So like, we were on the ground local time at like 5:30. Left just as the sun came up. I mean, look how high the sun up is already, like. So that's a proper mission done. It's awesome. Flight Bernie, good to see you. Quick one for your gear. Are you happy with the 42-inch LG screen? It's a 48-inch. But yes, it's always use HDMI 2.1 as a minimum, because it'll just handle the speeds of 4K. So it's a 48-inch I have. 42-inch would be fine as well. Like, it all depends on how much space you have, you know what I mean? Right, let's get down under this cloud layer. Yeah, like, I mean, that's the that's my setup there. The man wearing a pair of shorts. So that's the screen I have in front of me. He's now. Don't look at the back of my head though, it's frightening. I could turn off the lights to make it look a little bit nicer, you know what I mean? There we are, look.
Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome in. David Candy, welcome in. Spades, thank you very much indeed for 5 months. What a legend. The man is a legend. Now this turns off this, not that light over there.
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Yeah. What was the beep? Oh, we're approaching. It's over speed. It's given out to me. You can still see the back of your head, only enhanced. It's shocking. Thanks, Ali. Right. You know, do you use that screen for daily windows? Yeah. All the time. That's my main computer screen. Like, I've another PC over here, but like, you know, this is the main one I use. So on air is given out to me that we're over speed. Oops. Right, back to Clearwater we go. Who's with us? Who has made the journey home? Willie's there, Sergeant Beast, Midlife Rex. Good stuff, lads. Malky is ahead of us in the 145. He could be going out on his own mission. There's Lead Ballooner. He was providing top-down cover. Shunty, yeah, man. Jesus, gaming on big TVs, incredible. It's so immersive. Monitors are great and all, but like, you know, you need reshade for the ball spot. I'm pretty sure they could do with something, you know, I could put like a digital patch or something, you know, or draw in, you know, additional hair. You know what I mean? I reckon we could. AI, yeah, or just add like a blur or something to. I wonder could I do that? See what Brian can do? But like, this gadget here, look, right? So hang on, there's my only fan. Wait, that's off center, look. There we go. Can we rename that? Yes. Only fan. Yes. There's a close-up of the back of the head cam. Oh, look, it follows me as well. Jesus. Yeah, we don't want that. And then we go back to here, look. Right, brilliant, Murph. You're an absolute ledge of the highest order, and things are just so cool and fab and groovy. Pixelated, yeah. Right. Hello, Clearwater. We have 24 minutes to get this puppy down. On air is not happy with our speed. It was given out to us the whole way. VTuber, right?
Hello there.
Hey, Strap is here. Good to see you. Did you connect more screens to the big one? Yes. So they're all connected via the GPU. So I have this main monitor plus 2, and then I have a capture card going in on the 4th. It's a 5090, so it only has one HDMI connection. The rest of them are display ports. Look at the fan gimbal, right? Easy. Has the fan seen Final Destination? Yeah, it kind of rocks around a good bit, but sure, it'd be grand, lads, you know. 3 display ports, 1 HDMI, yeah. Now, you can get the adapter, you know, a display port to female HDMI, and for the most part, they're fine. You know, they're grand. Alrighty. So, back to the air station of Clearwater. And there should be no ambulance there for us. Easy. Alright, so the Coast Guard is down the corner here. I can see what the C-130s are. So we'll ease our way into this one. When you do residential electrical for a living, you appreciate a nice fan gimbal. I can imagine, right? Alright, there's the C-130s. The Hercs. Where's our chopper state? There it is. Alright, easy now. Easy now. Rumbling this way. We found them. Yes, we have them loaded. All is well in the realm. You know, sort of. Watch your speed. Watch the buildings. I imagine this is a taxi in only kind of a jobby, but sure, listen. We'll figure it out together, lads. Easy. Watch the lights. Watch the fence. Easy. Easy. Easy.
20 feet. 10 feet.
Easy.
5 feet. 5 feet.
Easy.
Landing time logged.
5 feet.
Alrighty. Landing time is logged. That'll do. Alright, OnAir is telling me all sorts of stuff. So, we continue. We shall. Landing lights off. Fuel off.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
This is fuel. Engine ignition systems off. Job finished, rescue mission. So we'll go back and read all of this stuff now. We'll acknowledge that for the... We'll acknowledge all of that. That's all on air. It's cool, isn't it? Right, rudder brake, engage. Booster pumps coming off. Alright. I went out to find lunch and you found who you were looking for when I left. We were happy out. DisplayPort technically supports higher bandwidth resolution and frame rates. Yeah. Yeah. DisplayPort, HDMI I think gives you a better image, I think, or color depth. There is something to do with that, but overall, a successful mission, ladies and gentlemen. That was great fun, wasn't it? The GPU is freaking out though, God love it. Poor old devil of a GPU. Get rid of the GPU. And we'll open the door. And there we go. Right. Successful first mission. Let's go into OnAir and check it out, man. Alright. Right. Your flight was monitored, so we saw we went from St. Petersburg, Clearwater back. Engine on at 10:30. We landed at 5 to 12. XP received for this flight 79, including a 20% bonus. Level 3 we got to. Options on arrival, job finished, rescue mission. We got 2,000 credits. We got a reputation bonus, XP bonus. Reputation change, because we did a sea rescue mission needing a search, we got 0.20%. Reputation increase, reputation impact, XP bonuses, comfort bonus, safety bonus, and aircraft handling bonus. We do have some wear and tear in the aircraft, so that's something we need to be careful of. And if we look at the flight record, this was mad, like the whole friggin' route. I mean, look at the search pattern we did. We pretty much arsed around here when we didn't need to. So it was up here. This is where all the heavy work was needed. That's where the heavy lifting was required. Because again, how cool is that, right? We were watching this. So let me see. Let's have a look here now. So we are to the south of there. So we're out here. Right? Now what's that now? That's waves, sea height. Significant waves. But if we go back to when we were flying. Jesus, Murph. So this is the direction. So that's kind of mad, isn't it? So see here. So we knew they were getting pushed to the northwest and then, you know, a little bit to the east. And OnAir figured that one out. That's absolutely nuts. Because when we flew, we were searching down here. And then we realized, well, hang on, look, the waves, the sea is actually moving up this way, which it was. And it was here we found them. So again, if we go in and look, well, this is where they should have been. And we found them up here. That's deadly, isn't it? Man, I think that's cool. So entire flight, these are all our points. Flight score. So we lost some points. So let me see, the entire flight, we were over speed. So it's going to say, look, you were over speed in all these locations. Overspeed warning. Overspeed warning, right? So it didn't like the overspeed. Engine on, that was all grand. Taxi, takeoff, initial climb. So we had maximum points pretty much everywhere else, but it didn't like the overspeeding. Fair enough. It was a rescue mission. We needed to get him back to base. But, I mean, isn't that cool? And I've done all of this inside of the, you know, the no consequence section of OnAir. You know, it's not part of my actual career. I'm just building up currency and experience and ratings and all this kind of stuff. But like, you know, we jump into the actual career. I mean, we can do many, many things. We can go in here now and say, right, okay, browse the logistics center. And it's going to say, well, look, your aircraft is a UH-60. You're on the ground at Clearwater. And that was a rescue, locate and evacuate injured individuals. Or we can go cargo or passenger, medical, staff or supplies, a return to base job, or take tourists on a scenic flight. So these are the types of missions. So if we do another rescue, this is a rescue mission. It's a road rescue mission, right? So you got to pick people up from the road. Then you have an off-road rescue mission, meaning they could be, you know, up the mountains or somewhere, and this one says it's needing search. So they'll get you to the location, but you need to figure out roughly where they are. And we figured it out using the sea one, primarily because we had to look at the weather and say, well, they should be drifting this way. Like, that's mad. I love that, right? Then we have the sea rescue mission needing a search, or depending on the time, like there's 15 jobs. We can expand this by saying, look, give us minimum airport size, so let's load up new ones. And depends on the time of day, it depends on the airport that you're at, it'll populate other missions. If we look at medical missions, for instance, so here's a flight. This one here, it's a freelance medical transportation mission, right? So that's just medical transport, don't need to worry about it. You're taking passengers from A to B. All right. What about cargo or passenger charters? So this one here, this looks to be freelance passenger mission, Jesus, look at the routings. So that's all, like, and look at the amount, look at the amount, and then you'll find out, look, it's high value or it's fragile, and that all depends on what's happening. And as I said, this is before you get into the industry stuff of OnAir, because then they'll have their own jobs in here. They'll say, oh Jesus, hang on, I need to put my own flights into this as well, right? Sightseeing, fairly straightforward. So these are just sightseeing. So they'll say, yeah, we want you to fly up here. Free flight, or we have return to base. So I've said that Augusta Regional is my home base. So we can actually do a ferry flight to bring us back. And based on the range, it's going to give you all different sort of money and stuff, you know. Superboy, good to see you. Adam Controls is here. Good to see you, Adam. Setting up industries to give you passive income is good fun. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Is there a difference between the Marketplace MH-60 available in the Marketplace and outside? Yes. So I don't think the weapons work inside the Marketplace. Hey, Crotty, you're kind of stuck, because you've no way of downloading weapons onto Xbox, you know? But yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I might do another mission here, a roadside mission, right? Now, the distance here, 130. Here's a nice short one. 22 miles out, all right? Now, the only thing I would love for OnAir to give us a backstory. So it says 2 passenger rescue. And the job cannot be flown by an AI pilot. It's fragile, and there's our POIs. I'd love to see some sort of a... Like, for instance, right? Where is this now? Like, hang on.
Hello there.
Where's our ChatGPT, right? Waiting to see this. So, let me see. I am using OnAir and want to create a backstory for the mission reference 30. We are to fly to location POI. You copy that? This is a vehicle incident, and we are to rescue 2 packs and bring them back to KPIE. We will depart KPIE also in the MH-60 Clearwater Coast Guard helicopter. Now, let's see what this does. Are we ready now? Here's a compelling backstory. Ah, brilliant! Causeway crisis, right? Hang on now. Will it give us a story? Hang on now. Give it to me in story mode. Now, let's see what this does. There's often a large fire engine near the crash site. Ooh, nice. Right, here we go. Are we ready for this one now? Story mode, Causeway crisis. It's a humid Florida afternoon. The kind where the heat clings to your skin and the air smells of salt and thunder. Back at St. Peter Clearwater International Airport, the crew of the MH-60 Jayhawk 602 have just completed routine maintenance checks. Engines off, rotor still. The day had been quiet, too quiet, but calm never lasts long in this line of work. At 16:22 local, the silence was broken. Coast Guard Clearwater, this is Pinellas County Dispatch. We've got a situation developing on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. 2 injured, vehicle partially submerged. The tide is coming in fast. EMS can't reach them. We need a bird. You glance down at the tablet. The coordinates flash on the screen of 27.9419 82.4789, just off the rocks near the bridge span, surrounded by shallow water and windswept surf. You look at your crew, no words are needed. They nod. It's go time. Within minutes, you're climbing out of KPIE with massive rotors of the MH-60 slicing through the thick Gulf air below. Tampa Bay stretches out in every direction, shimmering, restless and vast. As you approach the scene, the wreckage comes into view. A mangled SUV lies lodged between jagged rocks, bowing awkwardly into the sea. Brilliant, isn't it? Ah, Jesus, right, come on, we're doing this. Cyrus T, good to see you. Right, take us on this mission. Select the devil. Oh, it's on now. Fly now. Call it there. Call it there. Validate me fuel. Fly now. Launching the aircraft tracker. Auto set on me fuel. Start tracking. How good is this, like? Boop, boop. All right. Off we go, lads. Short flight, but it's time to go again. No rest for the wicked. Right, here we go. Into our chopper once more. And crew is loaded. In there now, Jemima. Battery's already on. External power. Let's be having you. APU will be coming on. APU fuel boost. Main engine fuel boosters. Bring those up. Computers are already on. Rotor brake is disengaged. And let's start the APU. APU be running. Alright. This is all terribly, terribly exciting. I want to watch this show. Turn them off. APU on. Yes. On, and on. Ignition. Fuel. Start her up. Oh wait, it's not liking something. There we go.
Rescue mission has started. Fly to the incident location, board the passenger, and fly back within the time limit.
Now! How much do we have? Oh jeez, we've only 22 minutes! Will you come on quick? We need to go! Power! Start number 2! Alright. Alright, that looks good, that looks good. That looks good.
Houston, we have a problem.
It's grand! Alrighty. Okay, so we need what? 2 passengers to be rescued. Fly to the incident location 11 miles away, heading 081 degrees. 081. Heading 081. degrees. RPM coming up. This is all terribly exciting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This looks deadly. Go on, Mitch! You make right! Right! We're good to go, friends. Chase is flying externally. as an 8. Get a good long hard vent limit to that. Slow motion Murphy running in speedos. You feel that? Alright. Right, watch your speed this time. Speedos and Crocs, right? With white socks. You know me too well, consort. Brilliant. Right. We're very close to approaching the place that we need to see. An illusionist. Your neck of the woods today. Tampa skyline looking righteous. Yeah, baby. Superboy, yeah, buddy. About 25%-ish. Better, faster, meaner. You know. I thought Speedos, Crocs and Socks was the port mission. Right? Right. Angels 1-5 is all the way over there. Let's see what's going to happen here, sports fans. Easy now, Jemima. Down we go. Easy. Oh, Jesus, go easy. Alright. Watch the speed. It's over here somewhere. Very close by, but we're just doing this one for the crack. Jay, is that Tampa? Oh, we're getting stutters. Behave yourself, simulator. We're very close. Very close. Altitude is good. Speed is coming down. Alright, where are we going to find these guys? Down here a little bit. Alright, we're close. Speed is good. Our second mission for today, dead ahead. Coming down to 500 feet. There's Rex giving us top-down cover.
Give yourself to the dark side.
Echo Pursuit. No, we gotta go next week, buddy. Easy. Easy. Forward. Jesus, total photogrammetry area. This is going to be hard to find. Keep her going. there's somewhere over here. Easy. Easy. Dead ahead. They're gonna be on this road here, right? Jesus, this is hard to see. Keep her going. We follow on this road. I think they're on this road somewhere. Prime, good to see him. Superboy, if you bought it on 2020, it's up to Microsoft just to kind of change that over for you, you know what I mean? Keep going left a bit. Mind the tower. So, I'll pause it, right? You can see here in the map. So, it's like a big hotel or something. That's our landmark. Oh man, it's all photogrammetry. This is friggin' cool looking. Look. Jesus. Hey, Heisenberg is here. Good to see you. Welcome in, buddy. Alright, easy now. This is our road. Easy. Gently does it. Right, so we're looking for that landmark building. It looks to be up there to our left a little bit. Right, let's see what we can do here, lads. Keep her going. Should be a fire truck nearby, Roger. Oh man, that's so cool looking, isn't it? Jesus. Alright, keep your eyes peeled for a fire truck. I see the fire truck, see the yellow fire truck? Alright.
Weed 110 at 5 knots.
Alright, we gotta set it down. Easy. Jesus, where did we set this down? There's our fire truck. Oh, hang on, we got a building right beside it, look. Easy. Easy. Alright, back it up. Back it up. We should squeeze into that little spot there. Easy. We're gonna land in the melted candle wax apocalypse. Mind the wires! Oh Jesus, mind the wires. Mind the trees as well. Right. Easy. I can't see behind me, so let's just wing this one, lads.
Passengers boarding has started.
Oh, grand. Keep her in a hover, Murph. We're winching them. Easy. 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 There's a fire truck. I reckon we're too far. Easy now. Easy. Easy.
Boarding finished. Take off and fly to any airport.
Alright! Passengers
Loaded
aboard.
payload is lower than due payload, 191 instead of 260.8 kilograms.
This might take a minute. We need to trick her. Unpause.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 362 instead of 433.2 kilograms.
Let's see what she says to this. We'll keep trying it. This is like a bug with the aircraft, I think. So with a bit of luck, we'll fix it.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 535 instead of 605.5 kilograms.
Oh no, we pressed the wrong button. Curse of balls in it. Hang on. Jesus. Ah, Jesus, I've made a terrible mistake. Hang on, we'll fix this. Let's see what happens now. Easy.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 707 instead of 777.9 kilograms.
Try it again. We're just being stubborn.
20 feet.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 880 instead of 950.3 kilograms.
It's a bug, unfortunately, with the aircraft, I'd say. OnAir just need to do an update and make a tickety-boo.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 1052 instead of 1122.6 kilograms.
Come on, Jemima, you can do it.
Loaded payload is lower than
Jesus.
due payload, 1224 instead of 1295.0 kilograms.
SLH, good to see you.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 1397 instead of 1467.4 kilograms.
So we're still too light. 1437 or 1467. I think we're good. Right, she likes it now. Brilliant. Right, we're gone. Get our ass back to the airport. We have 4 minutes. Oh, Jesus, we have 4 minutes. Use the tablet again to play with it. No, I think it did it. It did it. It should be just a one button fix, but it seems to be just adding the weight incrementally, and then it's like, uh-oh. But I think we're good. Right, heading back to the airport. Let's see what happens here, friends. Jesus. I mean, you know, who knows what's going to happen? It's all terribly, terribly exciting though, isn't it? Dramatic music entered. Right, where am I actually going? Back to the airport. Close the door, you let all the heat out. Yes. Man, look at that with all the cars, look. Florent Vinton. We could use any airport, but where's the fun in that? Oh, epic fool, it really is, man. It's a beaut. Jesus, they're driving on tin air. a great airport, man. Man, it looks so good, doesn't it? Jesus. Right, there's our airport. Booting it back in. We have 3 minutes. Come on, William. Come on, Betsy. We can do it. We can do it. It's a great bird in VR. Yes. All right, we're approaching the field. So far, so good. Let's see what we can do. Murph, very important decision to be made. Need your help with you. Oh, Jesus. Gibbo, this better not be what feckin' drink you're going to want. Hang on, we touchdown first. Right, in you go, you big Jesse. Easy now. 2 minutes! Jesus! Yeah, Clearwater is an awesome airport. Vertical Sim did it. It's top notch. Right, easy now, Jemima, easy. I absolutely love OnAir. I love the fact we can do all this. It's absolutely class, lads. I need to figure out then, getting it connecting with, say, intentions, but also then from the virtual airline perspective. Right, where's the choppers? Get to the chopper. We're right there, look. Easy now, Jemima. Easy now. Easy now. Hold. Easy. Easy. Get us over there. Jesus, 1 minute. Put her down quick, will you? Easy. Easy.
20 feet.
Easy.
10 feet.
Easy.
5 feet.
Put her down. Put her down.
5 feet.
Landing time log.
Right, we're down. Lovely. Engines, good luck to you.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished.
Like,
It
that
has
was
been
like
monitored by
record
OnAir.
timing. Acknowledge. Booster pumps off. Whew. Mr. Joe, good to see you. Right. That's brilliant, isn't it? Clearwater is payware, yes indeed. Right. Your flight is being monitored. You flew from Clearwater back to Clearwater. You received XP plus a bonus. Ooh. Operations at arrival, job finish, rescue mission. They paid us 1,200 quid. Road rescue mission, reputation increase 0.20. Comfort bonus, safety bonus, flight score bonus, aircraft handling bonus, and very little wear and tear. And I loved everything about our flight. Show the flight record. We took off. We went like a man possessed over to the zone, which was here. That's where the fire truck was. Or here, maybe. Then I shagged it, and then we got back. So, entire flight, we lost a point for maximum pitch. That was probably coming in on landing, to be fair. Everything else was quite good, though. Okie dokie. Boom! That's fantastic, isn't it? You gotta love it. And this is all still within the freelance mode or onboarding mode, because OnAir will tell you, listen, stay in the onboarding area for some time, figure out how everything works, how you select missions, and how do you do all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's absolutely brilliant, man. Regular routes, choose an airline to fly for, right? Tours are currently only accessible in the advanced management or your virtual airline as well. Cash flow, all of these are locked down inside this mode, but we can, we can open them up later on. We can start the advanced career mode, but at the moment I'm enjoying this too much. And again, we can go and look at new flights, rescue missions once again, right? Clear Prop, good to see you, buddy. So now, yeah, we got a couple of more missions, more roadside, off-road, and then sea, search and rescue. So these are the missions that it's populating for us. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And if we were to change our airport, let me see. So departure, if we were to like say Cags, if we were to pick a new location, and let's look at the rescue flights up at Cags, look. So naturally, it's not going to give you any seaworthy ones. Off-road stuff. You know what I mean? Or, I mean, look, if we were to pick a different one, EINN, for instance, let's look at Shannon. Like, look at the amount of stuff you can do in and around Ireland. Road, off-road. What's that one? Off-road rescue mission with precise location. Sea needing search and rescue. Like, any airport you put in. What about Donegal? Okay, there's, again, you have a lot of... There's loads of stuff, isn't there? Just do me a favour and look at EGNE. Echo Golf November Echo. And you want to have a look at cargo and packs, is it? Let's have a look, let's have a look.
Hello there.
Alright, so what missions do we have? EGNE. Yeah, there's tons, Naughty, look. Mainly passengers. 57 jobs. Aircraft. Citation X. Cargo and passengers. They're all cargo. Yeah, there's your cargo there beside them, look. Yeah, there's tons of them, man, look. They're all the flights you can do from there. It's very, very good, isn't it? Alan, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. Then you have like air ambulance missions. Medical transport stuff. Like, so it's any airport and any aircraft that you've used. Like, how does a return to base work? I mean, look at that, look. They give us 45 grand to fly us from Newcastle all the way back down to... That's nuts, isn't it? That's nuts. But you get the idea. It's very good, isn't it? It's very, very good. Loads of fun. Right, lads, I hope you enjoyed that. We were using OnAir with some Coast Guard missions here out of Clearwater. Really enjoyed that, man. That was a ton of fun. And, well, as you can see from the scenery, it's top-notch. Got loads of C-130s here as well. Like, it's just top-notch scenery, isn't it? Very, very cool. So, yeah, I'm delighted we got to do that. There's paparazzi loaded in. Looking good, buddy. And we got a number of choppers here on the ground as well. That's awesome looking. Look at that. Absolutely deadly, or what? Now, what was Gibbo needing help to the side? What do you reckon, Merv? A Ford Mustang or a Chevrolet? £250,000 each, Gibbo. How are they the same size? Is that to rent them? That doesn't make sense. Or is it 250 quid to rent it? Jesus, Gibbo. Where is it now, look? So this is what Gibbo showed me. He's like, Merv, which one do I go for? I'm like, huh? What would you go for, lads? A Mustang or a Camaro? I would have to say the Camaro. There'd be more power in the Camaro, wouldn't there? Mustang, Camaro, Mustang. Really? Mustang, the modern Mustangs don't look right. The old ones, yes. Camaro, though, they're fantastic. You all say the Mustang, really? Well, it is pretty, I suppose. Does it come in black? Like, that's a V8. Oh, they're both a V8. Oh, Jesus. Mustang, you reckon? Not a Camaro. That's very interesting. Camaros. Get a Jeep. Gibbo, there's no Skodas in that picture. There's something terribly wrong. Mustang is more wild. Camaro is a bit wide and hard to see out the windshield. Not an orange though. Yeah, yeah. Great, Murphy. Choose the Camaro. Mustang it is so. Brilliant. Fantastic stuff. Right, lads, that's going to do it for now. We're back to you later on this evening. We're back here later this evening at 1900 Zulu. We're going to do some trucking ATS, and we're going to be heading down to Oregon. So massive thanks to everyone for coming in. Really, really appreciate it, lads. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned a thing or two in relation to On Air. And yeah, you got to check it out, lads. You got to check it out. And of course, the Miltech MH-60, it's just class, isn't it? It's gorgeous. So yeah, that was a ton of fun. Live time and weather here out of Florida, out of the Coast Guard Air Station at Clearwater. Barrel load of fun for sure. Right, I'll be back in a couple of hours. Thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
It's all right.
Hey, Rambog is here. Good to see you, man. Did I miss anyone else? Oh, Jesus, watch what you're doing, Murphy. I know! The dreaded chat! I know! See what happens? Did you see it? Collider is here.
Shit. Oh, okay.
Oh, balls. Thomas, you big scuttling Egypt. Oh, Jesus, there he is! I don't know! Oh, I take it all back. Did you just see me scream? Oh, no! That wasn't nice at all! No!